I am live. Mm. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. I haven't done such makeup in a long time. Welcome to the live, you guys. Welcome to the live. I hope you're doing good. Yet another lovely day. Um, mm, am I live? Okay. So, welcome to the live, you guys. We're talking about life after graduation. Um, so it's yet another beautiful day. Mm. So, welcome to the live, you guys. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much for always tuning in. So, today we're gonna be talking about life after graduation. It can be technical school, it can be college, uh, it can be anything that you would literally think about. So that's something that maybe I would like to talk about. I literally have a video about the same. I have talked about that so many times, okay, so many times, but literally we've never had like a live one talking about life after graduation. So welcome to the live, you guys. My name is Omboy. Thank you so much for tuning in. um yes, 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 yes. And I am just feeling kind of awkward because because yesterday, Aisha Williams. Hi, Aisha. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Where are you watching me from, guys? Welcome to the live. When you join in, like the live, share the love, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Yes. How are you doing, Aisha? So we're talking about life after graduation. Life after graduation, guys. You can like the live. Hi, Aisha. Good to see you. Welcome to the live, you guys. We are talking about life after graduation or life after campus, life after college, life after high school, just life after anything that's major in your life. So that's what we're talking about. I would like to know where you guys are watching me from. You can say hi. Aisha William says, okay. Um, Go to Abadisang says, you're not sure, please. What am I not sure about? Please. Okay, I am not getting you. Can you maybe please resend the message? Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboy. We are talking about life after graduation, life after graduation, life after campus. We are talking about life after college, life after university. And I know most of us have experiences in this field. So, guys, like the live so that we can get started. So for context, I was born and raised in Kenya, and I went to university, university in Kenya called Moi University. So that's where I went 4 years for education. And we all know, like, when you're doing your academic studies, or like when you're in university, when you're in college, you have this mindset, like, we are told or we are lied to, like the system is so structural, like, uh literally we are just told is setting us up for success. You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, he says, hey, beautiful from Ireland. Wow, how is Ireland? Welcome to the live. How is Ireland? What's the weather like right now? So, as I was saying, I went to Moi University in Kenya. So I did my 4 years. All the years that I've gone to school, I've always been such a bookworm, or like I've been somebody who is so focused. So always, because always I was told, like, at the end of the fight, or like at the end of like me working hard, working smart in school, at the end of it there was gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why I kept pushing. Guys, if you're just joining in, my name is Omboy. We are talking about life after graduation, or life after campus, life after high school. It doesn't have to be campus, because we graduate a lot of things in our lives. It just depends with what makes most sense to you. Guys, like the live. Uh Olodi says, I'm a farmer here in Ireland. We need beauty like here. Oh, like you. Oh, we need beauty like you here. Thank you. Oh my God, I didn't know that you guys do. What do you farm in Ireland? I'm also a country girl. Like, I'm also a farmer. Javier Levy says hi Javier. Good to see you. Welcome to the live. How are you guys doing? Maybe you can comment with your country's flag. Let us know where you guys are watching us from. We are talking about life after graduation. I know most of us, even if we come from different walks of life, we have experienced life after graduation, or like life after something major in our lives. It could be life after graduating from I don't know, military or something. It could be anything. So that's what we're talking about. Maybe when you join in, let me know which country are you watching me from, where are you watching me from. So thank you so much. So as I was telling you guys, so I'm a graduate from Moi University, and of course I did follow through the system, because I thought there would be light at the end of the tunnel. I thought at the end of the day I would have independence, I would have a job, I would literally secure my future, I wouldn't get worried. For sure it is secured or something, because I am not like anybody else who didn't go to school. But then at the same time, what we were promised in school, was it fulfilled, or do we feel fulfilled by it? Was it the best part? Was it the only part? So that's what you're talking about. Let me know you guys' opinion. Diamond says, like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Thank you so much for joining in, Diamond. So guys, I think we're just gonna get into it. So as I told you guys, and context is very important. I have graduated many things, but university for me was the major one. Okay, everyone tells you to work hard, go to school, get a degree, but no one tells you what happens after. Uh, so so first of all, there is when you finish school. Okay, there's when you initially finish school, and then there's graduation. So when you finish school and you come out here, you still have the hope, because you're not graduated. So even if you're not finding opportunities, it's like, oh, I'm not graduated yet, so there's still hope for me. Just International says hi Jess, welcome to the live. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? So when you first finish school before graduation, it's like, I'm not graduated yet, so I still have a chance. So and then, but during that time, I think you kind of like start to face the reality of what it is like to be out here. Just International, how are you? Which country are you watching me from, and what are your insights on life after graduation, or life after campus, life after college, life after trade school, or training school? You know what I'm saying? So for me, when we first finished, like, I think for that moment I just took it as a chance to explore. Okay, because I was like, you know what, you're not graduated yet. But then after graduation, that's when reality started hitting. Okay, I haven't been on the road looking for a job literally, but it's not like what we were told. Opportunities are not presenting themselves like the way we were promised. Pride Madza says hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the live. So first of all, I think one of the things that nobody prepares us for is the confusion that you feel immediately after school. Immediately after you graduate, you feel this wave of confusion. You feel lost. Like, you literally feel like, wow, what was I getting ready for? Because we are told every time that we are in school, we are told like we are getting ready for something after school, or we are getting ready for the unseen future. Like, oh, go to school, get a degree, go to college, get a diploma, go to trade school, get something. But so that's what we are prepared for. Ian, welcome to the live. Ian, how are you doing? Good evening to you. How are you doing, and what is your thoughts on the topic of the day? I just came to say hi and hit the like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the family. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I think so far we've established the basis, or like what we are talking about. So there is the expectation versus the reality. T said so. Debobo says, "Hey, I'm new here. Hey, T said so. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the live. What is your insights on the topic, and where are you watching me from, guys? When you join in, like the live. My name is Wamboy. I was born and raised in Kenya, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I need you guys to subscribe, okay? So, but still, we are talking about life after campus. First of all, you can see life after campus. For example, somebody like me, why can I think about YouTube or like doing YouTube? Because life after campus is such it gives you the reality. Because first of all, I'm not somebody who likes to just be comfortable. I like knowing that I'm doing something to make my life better, or like to put me somewhere where like I can say that I'm trying. So you know what I'm saying? So there's the expectation of life after university, and there's the reality, okay? What do you expect? To find a job, stability, independence? What is the reality? Reality is confusion, pressure, feeling a lot, okay? So first of all, before you graduate, everybody is gonna be like, oh, don't beat yourself up because still you're not graduated, or you just finished school, you're not graduated yet. When you go receive your honors, you receive your masters, so that's when you're gonna know, or that's when you're gonna know what's up, okay? But nobody prepares you for like when now it's already done and you're supposed to be out there looking for something to do. Nobody prepares you for that reality, okay? Nobody prepares you for that reality. uh so society tells us that like there's a clear path, or like there's something that is sure bet, something that uh you know, there's a path that's already there. That's what society tells us, like it's already determined, this is what it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So that's what society tells us. But in reality, when you get out here, you just realize like you're just on your own, you're just by yourself, you don't have any help, okay? Diamond says, I think the promise of being a college student college graduate is a lie, but still important. It's not so much that being a college graduate guarantees you a job, but it does mean you'll get one before the guy that didn't, okay? Okay, wow, it's good to see it that way. San says, hello director, how are you, my dear friend? I'm good, I'm good. Thank you so much. Kapinga says, to have a good house, good car, good wife, good children, good job, and every luxurious life, but the reality is still hustling and hustling, you know? So I would like to know for you guys, maybe this is a question. Did life turn out the way you expected after campus? Did life turn out the way you expected after campus? You know, because for example, like Dimas is saying, I think the promise of being a college graduate is a lie, but still important. Um, I don't know if it's a lie, because at the end of the day, you become a graduate. Uh, yeah, okay. Kapinga says, to have a good house, good car. You know, let me tell you, first of all, if I ever became a teacher, or if I ever become a teacher in this life, I will not sell that lie to students. I'll literally tell them the truth. Like, this education is just putting you out there, or like it's just giving you chances to see life differently, to interact, to experience life in a different way, to see life from different perspectives, to see life from different walks. But just sitting there and telling a student that like it's all flowers, and at the end of the day that like their life is gonna change, I think it's confusing. Because when that doesn't happen, that's why we see people taking their life after school, when life after school is not what they wanted. That's why we see people taking their own life, or like putting themselves out there, you know. Uche says, lady with the heart of gold, please, I need your help. My daughter is very sick. I gave birth to quadruplets, only one survived. Please help me, I don't want to lose her. Oh my god. I would you know, I would like yeah, I would like to help if I could, but even me personally, I need help. Okay, God, I wish I could help, but literally right now I'm not in a position to help. Maybe I can pray or something. Seven sandwiches says the coming of God is close. Exodus 28. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Six shall six shalt thou labor and all thy labor, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Okay? Okay. Okay. God, Uche, I would like to help, but I don't know how to help. Okay? I don't know how to help. Even me, emotionally, I'm not in a position to help also because I'm also a mess. Such a hot mess, and I need help also. Okay? Guys, welcome to the live. We are talking about life after campus. So in your or according to your experience, how was life after campus for you? Or like would you tell people that is all flowers, like is gonna be what you were told? Because for me, my experience have been so different. Like I think life after campus is the most confusing part of your life that you can ever go through. Is the most, but you know what, I think we do beat ourselves up so much. We have expectations, or like uh we have expectations that literally are unrealistic. Okay, Mercy everything says blessings to everyone. Blessings to you, Mercy. How are you doing? How was life after campus for you, or life after college, life after high school? Did it turn out the way you wanted it to? Okay, guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Did life after campus turn out the way you wanted it to, or the way you expected it to? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm doing great, and you? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. No complaints. Okay. Or maybe I would say I am just doing okay. Okay. So, did life after campus turn out the way you wanted, or the way you expected it to? Did life after campus turn out for you the way you wanted it to? Personally, I think it's too early to judge because I'm barely 2 years out. So she says, you from Uganda? No, I'm not from Uganda. I'm from Kenya. Are you from Uganda? Guys, let me know which country are you watching me from. We are talking about life after campus. And you know, because my perspective is Kenyan, I would like to know if you are a graduate from any other country, how is life after school? How is life after campus? Or like, what's the experience like for you? Okay, so there another thing that like we do face a lot, or like as a person I felt like I was facing, even though people didn't tell me directly. I kind of like felt pressure from everyone, from society and family. Like I was feeling pressure. Oh, you know, now you already have this degree, so they are expecting you to go and look for a job, or they're expecting you to already have things figured out. But you know, and also comparing you to your friends who maybe might be ahead of you, or like, and that makes you feel like you're behind, because when maybe your parent is telling you, oh, I sacrificed everything for you, maybe you should also think about that, look for a job. I think that gives you unexpected pressure, or like pressure that you cannot, sometimes it's not even about you. Okay, me personally, I think I'm so okay with where I'm at in life because I'm pretty young. I'm just 23 years old, turning 24. So which means at the end of the day, I will fail so many times, but I'll figure life out. I'm just 20, and what do people do in their 20s? Make mistakes, correct it, start over again. But you see, when you're having pressure from people, like pressure for people who already have your life predetermined in their heads, that's a problem. And that's one thing, that another thing that we face a lot, especially pressure from parents, because of course they do sacrifice mostly for us. Um, she says South Africa, but currently in Lusaka. Okay. Oh, South Africa. South Africans like me. Okay. Thank you for joining in. Where is Lusaka? I don't know where Lusaka is at. My next ex. Wow, what a name. You can't figure life out. We all try though. Okay. But especially life after campus. When you're feeling lost, you're feeling alone, you're feeling judged, you're feeling all those things. So I was talking about nobody prepares you for the pressure that you face from your society, from your family, especially if, let me tell you, if your family sold something so that they can be able to educate you, or let's say you're not coming from a privileged family or like a well-off family, it is such, it is such a struggle, because of course they sacrifice for to have you have the education, which means for them that's an investment, and sooner or later they want to see the investment pay off. Otherwise it's going to be like, oh my god, that was such a loss. So she says, you know how to get over that phase. Apply for high figure jobs and make a good first impression at the interview, then fake it till you make it. Okay, I think it's a good advice, but it also depends with the country that you're in. Okay, I think here in Kenya most of us are educated, but the jobs are or close to none. Okay, the jobs are close to none. Yeah, most people are educated, so you see, yeah, literally. And also the expectation that the workplace are giving. For example, you will go to apply for a position and they want somebody with masters, or if not, they want somebody with 5 years experience. Where are you gonna get the experience if they don't give you a chance? My next text is, oh, okay, then specifics. Lusaka is the capital of Zambia. Wow. Okay, God, I never had an idea what is the capital city of Zambia. My next is, you sound like a teacher. Okay, I was gonna be a teacher, but I think I did make a mistake in choosing career. Or, no, I chose teaching, but then they called me for a different course and I just pursued it. Maybe I was supposed to be a teacher. I don't know. Uh, so he says, it depends on the industry. Oh, lie about the experience. Lie about the experience. They're gonna find out because they want you to provide. What is it called? Um, okay, numbers for people who can be called to be asked about whatever you're claiming you have done. You know. Emma says, I never thought of it like that. An investment your parents make. Now they want to see a return on that investment. That's a sound way of looking at it. Okay, you know, you know. Oh yeah, referees. So yeah, they're looking for referees. You know, God, it's raining. I'm gonna have to start like talking loudly a little bit. Yeah, I think they see. I think most parents or African parents, or maybe let me talk about Kenyan parents because I don't know others. I think most of them see it like that. You'll see people sacrifice everything that they have to give somebody an education, and it's like, if you're not making it, then that's a fail. That's a fail for you. That's a fail for them, and that's why, you know, it's so difficult to carry people's burden on your back, or like to carry their expectation, to carry their pain. You know. Wow. Joram Wanjiro says, sing a song. Not at the moment, but I'm gonna sing. Stick around. I'm gonna sing later on. Dema says, referees, yes. Sushi says, tell your friends to be your referrals. Okay. Oh my God, you're just trying everything. Maybe I should move to. Maybe I should move to Zambia. You guys seem to have opportunities. Okay. So I think most of the time it's not even your pressure. It's a pressure of people who are around you. Maybe you're just okay. You know, most of the time, like, you're just fine with like knowing where you are at right now. But maybe your friends and family, or like even the community that you're in, they are like, oh, when you graduate, this is what should happen. This is what should happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we have two things: degree versus reality. Okay, not all degrees lead to a job. There's this conversation about trade school, or like technical courses, skills, learning a skill. Okay, there's this whole discussion about learning a skill. Right now in Kenya, I think skills are better than going to university. I don't know about where you guys are at. Here in Kenya, I think right now it's better for you to do a skill, like go learn how to do plumbing. Okay, go and learn how to do welding. Go and learn how to be a carpenter. Go and learn how to be a mason, or just go and learn how to do something. Like right now, it's very risky to go to campus, especially if you don't have the right connections, if you don't know the right people. It's very risky. Right now, if I would advise somebody, I think I would tell you, either you do teaching. Teaching is a good course here in Kenya. Like, you're more likely to be employed. You do teaching, or you do courses that you can do with your own hands. Do plumbing, do welding, do anything that involves your own hands, and you will not regret. But the moment you do something that is like white collar, that depends on like other people, you see, when you do something that is, when you go to trade school and you learn a trade course, at the end of the day you can start your own business. At the end of the day you can start something and to do it by yourself. But if you cannot do that, then it's difficult. It's literally difficult for you. So she says, slide through, I make 120 USD a year. Okay, wow, in Zambia. I might move to Zambia very soon. Diamond says, do not lie to get a job. By getting the job, you are now connected to that job. You will get fired for lying on your application. On your next job interview, they may contact that job, okay? You know? So I don't see, I think because they need you to put referees on there, there's no need of lying. It's just good to tell your truth. So she says, to die nice guys finish last, unfortunately. You either die a hero or live long enough to be a villain, okay? Wow, that's a good way to see it. I see people taking a lot of risks just to make it, because they literally, there's no glory in poverty, there's no glory in struggling, there's no glory in like being poor. I think there's no glory in all of that, guys. And if you're just tuning in, we are talking about life after campus scam. Life after campus scam, the scam that we are sold when we are in school, the scam that we are told, oh, we are gonna become this, we're gonna become that, the scam that we are told, life after school is supposed to be this, that, and whatever, and I just said, if I would become a teacher right now, I think I would tell somebody to be like, if you can do a trade course, just do it. And not to say that the courses that are being offered in university are like not good, but it's just to say that like maybe they're not realistic. SRD B5Y says, how old are you? I'm 23. I'm gonna be turning 24 soon, but I'm 23. Do I look 23 or do I look older, according to you? So another thing that I learned, or like one of the other things, I thought after campus, I did have the idea that I would go back to school for my master's degree, but I wasn't ready for. But then I got to a point I was like, you know what? I really do not care about masters or stuff. I knew that I cared, but that was gonna show up. Your face, God, because that was gonna show up later on in my life, okay? But then I realized that life after campus is just continuous learning. You have to keep equipping yourself. You have to keep putting yourself. You have to keep, the skills. I think after campus you realize that you need skills, and it's not too late to learn skills. You can go and learn how to do crochet. For the men, you can learn how to be a carpenter. You can learn how to be an electrician. You can learn how to be a lot of things. So another reality that I wasn't ready for, like, learning doesn't stop after campus. Okay, I must like the live, share the love, sub the queen, guys. Like the live, okay? SRD B5Y says, your face is good, okay? Thank you, pretty. Thank you. Ali Carey says, hi Ari, good to see you. Welcome to the live, guys. We're talking about life after campus, and it doesn't have to be life after campus. Life after graduation, life after high school, life after college, life. How did life turn out for you, especially after your education? We all know that, like, most of us, we go to school with the expectation of like making it in life, or like succeeding immediately we get out of school, but that doesn't happen most times, or it happens sometimes it doesn't. So how was that like for you? Okay, so another thing that nobody prepared me for is like the identity crisis in your 20s. Okay, so of course most of us, when we finish school, we are in our 20s, or or especially your first degree, your first diploma, your first anything. Like mostly you're in your 20s, okay? You're no longer a student, but you're not fully stable, okay? You don't have a home, you don't have anything to your name. You're literally so unstable, but you're still not a student. So when you're a student, there's that safety knowing that you still have a chance. You're still in school, you're just getting started. But when you get out here, no, the reality is hitting you. Like you're no longer a student, but at the same time you're not stable, okay? And also this also trying to figure out who you are. God, nobody prepares you for like the amount of time that you're searching for yourself in your 20s. Okay, I'm just 23. I'm gonna be turning 24. So which means it's just been 4 years of experience, or like 4 years of knowing what I know right now. I can only imagine by the time that you're 30, of course it will be learning yourself, failing, making mistakes, moving on. I think 20s is a time that you shouldn't commit to things, because that's the time that you're getting to know who you are. The time that you're getting to know what triggers you, what feels fine to you. You're still starting to establish yourself. So still, at the same time you just finish school, and then at the same time you have like the identity crisis that you're dealing with, okay? And also in your 20s you keep changing your dreams, changing your careers. Most of us, when we were pretty young, we wanted to be doctors, pilots, we wanted to be lawyers, teachers, and all of these things that we wanted to be. But along the way we changed it to something lighter, okay? If you wanted to be a doctor, you changed it to a nurse. If you wanted to be a nurse, maybe you changed it to a teacher. If you wanted to be a teacher, we all changed what we want, because we kind of like, I just want to go back to being a child and being naive, because I think that spirit of being a child was like making me achieve so much. Because yeah, I want to achieve so much, okay? Guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboy. We are talking about life after life after graduation. That's what we are talking about. Uh, so of course, changing dreams and goals, okay? So as I'm saying, when you want to be a doctor when you're young, when you're 10 you want to be a doctor, when you're 20 you literally want to be somebody who cleans the doctor's office, okay? Because I think that naiveness goes away with time, and you kind of like see the reality of it. And then, not to mention, sometimes you'll graduate with a degree in this field, and then by the end of the day you're like, I can't pursue that, or like there's no opportunities for me in that one. So you keep changing careers, you keep changing your goals. Maybe you wanted to own a house, you change it to like you want to own an apartment. Maybe you wanted to live in the city, you change to like you want to live in the village. You keep changing, okay? And I have seen that in myself. So that's life in your 20s. Maybe you wanted children when you were young, or when you are 10 years old or 12 years old, in your fantasies, okay? And then in your 20s you don't want children. What else? Maybe you wanted to get married, and then you just turn 21 and you realize that's not for you, or like you don't like that idea. You don't like the idea of like being married. You don't like the idea of like committing. You don't like the idea of being with somebody, okay? So she says, I'm 24 turning 25. It doesn't get easier, you just process it better, because you start to notice the patterns. I figure by the time we are in 30s, 40s, nothing will really phase us as much, okay? I think so. I really want to be like an old person, like the way old people don't care. Like it is what it is. They can live without this, they can live without that. Old people don't care, and that's why I think they usually when you look at, I see videos of these people who are old, like they are in their 80s, maybe 70s. Literally, they don't care, and I like their little fights. Maybe if they are married, it's like they can literally say anything, and they are allowed to get away with it. They in the time in their life where like, what can happen? Okay, so I can see that maybe nothing will phase us. Well, guys, welcome to the live. If you're just tuning in, like the live, subscribe. SLDB5Y says maybe to be married. Maybe to be married. What does that mean? So she says, yeah, growing up is a scam, lol. They low-key lie to us. Okay? And also I realized most of the things were just being romanticized. Having children was being romanticized, like, oh my god, it's the best feeling in the world. But I think right now, because our generation, Gen Z, people are out there sharing how it is in reality, then it's not the best thing. Okay, it's not the best thing. Yeah. Also, when you think about having children or being married, okay, it's romanticized, but in reality, I don't think it's all roses. I think there's pretty so much ups and downs at the same time. So what we are told in school, like go to school, get educated, graduate, get married, have a child, I think all these things are just fantasy. Maybe these teachers are telling us their fantasies that they never got to accomplish. Maybe, MKMK says, hi to you. Good to see you. Welcome to the live. Guys, like the live, share the love, subscribe. My name is Wamboy. So the other thing, life after university, life after graduation, life after college, the financial reality, okay? No stable income at first. Most of the time you're living at people's houses. Most of the time you're back at home. You move out, you go back home. There's a lot of ups and downs and instability. But I think one thing that I've realized with life after school, it's like maybe it will be like that for the whole entire time of your 20s. That's why it's your 20s. You're supposed to be making mistakes. uh, MKN says, I'm good, hope you're fine too. Where are you from? I'm from Kenya. Where are you from? Yes, I am from Kenya. We are talking about life after graduation. It could be high school graduation, campus graduation, university graduation, anything that you finish school with or the level that you finish school at. Yeah, so that's what you're talking about. So you guys can like the live, please subscribe, and maybe share your insights. Let us know. So we are talking about the financial reality. No stable income at first, depending on your parents or houses. Some of us are so lucky, people who have parents, because you kind of like have somewhere to fall back to. When things go south, you can always go home. So I'm just imagining what it is like for people who are not who are not or people who doesn't have parents, or people who can't go home. MKM says Switzerland. Nice. I love Africa. Going to South Africa soon. Lived in Niger for years. Oh, wow. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Feel welcome on the channel. Ah, South Africa. Maybe one day I'll go to South Africa. Okay. Um, Also, another thing that like nobody prepares us for is, like, you see, like right now we share so much on social media. And sometimes you'll see somebody saying that they are just 22 years old and they bought their second car, and you're like, you just sit there and wonder, what are you, or what's wrong with you, why are you not making such moves? So also there's the social media pressure, life after campus. It said so. Focuses. You look amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So also the other thing that we're talking about. When we are talking about financial stability, it's not like you're not. Some of us, it's not like we are broke. It's not like we are not trying. It's just like because we are transitioning from one phase to another. You're transitioning from being a teenager to being in your 20s, and then you're transitioning in your 20s. You're transitioning to become an adult. So, okay, it all makes sense when you think about it. It all makes sense. Okay. um so I think the truth that nobody says is, like, it takes time to figure life out. We can't figure life in one day. Even if we tried, we cannot figure life in one day. I cannot figure life in one day. So one day at a time. One day I wake up and maybe I like this. The other day I don't. Okay, and it's perfectly human. So I think that's one thing that we really don't talk about enough. uh yeah, so it takes time. Even the people that we see and we envy, or like we compare ourselves to, maybe they're in their 40s. Okay, this person had like two decades. They had the whole of their 30s, the whole of their 40s, and also the whole of their 20s to be what they are today. So maybe most of the time we're just beating ourselves up, or like looking down on ourselves, saying, oh, maybe we are not becoming, we are not what we are supposed to be. But at the end of the day, maybe we are exactly where we are supposed to be. Um, and I think mostly something that we don't also talk about is like most of us are confused. Life after university, most of us are confused, but some of us are very good at hiding it, or like acting like it doesn't phase us, or acting as if it's none of our concerns, you know? Another thing is like timeline is different. Okay, somebody will find job immediately after school, and other people will find job 10 years after school. Some people will never find jobs. They will start their own businesses, and that's okay. I think that's another thing that we are never prepared for. There are people who do or pursue careers that they never stay in that career. They pursue careers that at the end of the day they never get to pursue. They change careers, and that's okay. um so I think when you talk about life after school, there's so many things to think about. Okay. And when you're thinking about it, I've been asking myself, what's harder, life in school or real life, or life after school? So I've been asking myself that question, what's harder? I think I kind of like how school life worked. You didn't have to worry about anything. School life, and you knew you had time, and then at the end of the day you are still a student, you are in school. I kind of don't like the way I take things serious in real life. I would love to go back to school and live in that bubble of like, you know what, I'm just a baby girl, I'm just a child, I'm just in school. So guys, your opinion, what's harder, school life or real life? um and also being out here, it's like you're always comparing yourself. You're seeing maybe you're behind, or maybe you're where you're not supposed to be, or something of that sort you know um and also another thing that I wasn't ready for when we talk about life after school is like sometimes you're not making progress. Like sometimes you're just sitting there not making any progress, or most of the time you'll make 2 steps forward, 3 steps backward. Okay. That was a school life, in my opinion, is like pretending to be on your own. You are, but you're really not. Okay. Yeah, I kind of liked the security that somebody had with, like, your parents are looking out for you. They still are. They still look out for you right now, but at that time they didn't have a choice. It's like, oh. And also campus life or college life, you get to be a whole adult. You get to live by yourself. You get to make adult decisions, but you get to have your friends close. You get to you get to make mistakes. Okay, you just get to be out there, which is really amazing. Okay. um so I would say like life of the campus is not a straight line. uh it's not a straight line. We are still figuring it out. I think I wouldn't be the best person to like offer advice on that because I'm still asking so many questions. But I know as far as we keep showing up and consistency, I realize that real life requires consistency. In campus you could wake up and be like, I really don't want to do this, and you said I don't want to do it, and that's okay, and you move on. I realized that real life requires a lot of consistency. I realized like so that you can have a result, you have to show up every other time. Okay. For example, on this channel, sometimes I'm too overwhelmed, sometimes I'm too emotional, sometimes I don't wanna do it. Sometimes it's inconvenient during the exact hour that I wanna do something, or like I wanna come on here and go live. Something is happening to me, or something just happened. And real life doesn't care about that. If you don't show up, you don't show up. The rewards that you're supposed to get during that time, you don't get them. MKM says, after the school, the life is starting. Even in school, I never wanted support from my parents. I really think it depends much from Oh, I really think it depends much on your own character. There are people who are making from nothing something. Okay, wow. Okay. And I also think that the environment that you are in, or the country that you are in, literally also determines that. Because I think personally I'm not somebody who like relies on parents. I was pretty much on my own when I was in campus. Mostly I even looked for a job, like just a random job around the school. And I did it. And it was okay. It was fine, okay? So so, so I think it depends also with the place that you're in. Because I do believe if I'm in a place where there's opportunities, I would like to do something, or like uh I wouldn't be sitting here complaining life after school is difficult, life after school is this and that. There's certainty in life, okay, if there is opportunity. It depends with I feel like the environment that you're born and raised in, the environment that you're in really determines who you become. um Okay, and I do believe you can become you even in third world countries or in places like Kenya. I do believe you can go from nothing to something. You just need to open the right doors, meet the right people, and you can become something. You can literally build yourself from scratch. You can start a business. You can become a lot of things. Okay, MKM says others have everything at the beginning and are still losing in life. Okay, wow. And I think it's more fulfilling when you build something out of nothing, or like when when you build, it's more fulfilling when you build something out of nothing. Let's say you're coming from a poor house, or like you're coming from a place of nothing, you're coming from a place of struggling. When you accomplish something, when you build something from scratch without help, I think it's more fulfilling, okay? And I know it is because, okay, I think I have done so many things from scratch. Not so many things, okay, but at least some things. I have done some things from scratch, and the feeling is fulfilling, especially when you don't get help. So that's why sometimes I don't regret not having the support. I don't regret not knowing the right type of people, because at the end of the day, if I make it, then I know that was me. Um, Yes, definitely. It depends on the place. MKM says, but it's important to delete this out of your mind. I grew up in war. We literally had nothing in the war. Okay, which war? World War III or what? Okay, I think I am. And one of the steps, how you can see that I'm showing up. I'm doing a lot of this right now. For example, even showing up on this. I'm origin Yugoslavian. It was totally different. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, yeah. I think eventually you have, even though you can say that like the environment can determine, at the end of the day life wants to move on, and I think it's your decision to decide what type of life do you want to live. Do you want to live in regrets? Do you want to live saying, oh, I wish I didn't do that, I wish I did that? So at the end of the day I see that, wow, I have never known somebody who is, I have had Yugoslavian, but I've never like known somebody who is Yugoslavian. Okay, that's literally interesting. Sehat there says, hello, beautiful. Hello to you, Seha. Where are you watching me from? Welcome to the live. You're talking about life after campus, life after university. Guys, you can like the live, you can subscribe. Um, I do have another question that I wanted to ask. What shocked you most after graduating? What shocked you the most? Thank you guys for liking. What shocked you the most after graduating? Uh, what shocked you the most after graduating? Guys, welcome to the live. Good to see you all. Feel welcome if this is your first time on the channel. Feel welcome. Subscribe to get yourself a seat on the channel. I think one of the things that shocked me the most after graduating is realizing that I'm on my own. It doesn't matter how many people promise to be there. It doesn't matter how many people promise that they are gonna be there. I think one of the most shocking things is like realizing that I'm on my own. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many people say that, oh, I'm gonna show up for you, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna help you with this or that. At the end of the day, you're literally on your own, okay? And Daima says, like the live, share the love, sub the Queen Hujambo from Kenya. MKM 2157 says, I was thinking after graduating, every company was just waiting for me. Oh my god. Okay. God, I think you just spoke my mind. I think that's it. I think they were just, I think I literally thought they were sitting somewhere waiting for me. They knew my name. And you know what? At the end of the day, what was needed was just to get hired. And I think we do assume like that with so many things, even with a lot of things, a lot of things. Maybe even with marriage, maybe even with children. You assume that like the best version of the children are kept there, and you're gonna give birth to the best version of the children. You, only you, you're going to give birth to angels. You know, when it comes to marriage, you think you're gonna get married to a saint, but at the end of the day, you don't get to determine that. Okay, guys, welcome to the live. My name is Wamboy. Like the live, share the love, subscribe. We're talking about life after graduation. How was life after graduation for you? What was the most shocking? What shocked you the most after graduating? Let me keep reading. um, Thank you for typing for me, Diamonds. Sahat Dimar says, I can't believe my eyes. I've never seen such a beauty. To say that about a person, you're not human, you're an angel. I think there really isn't such a beauty in a human being. That made me feel better. Thank you. Okay. So, what shocked you most after graduating? What shocked you most after graduating? Uh, I think MKM says he thought like everybody was waiting for him, and I think that was also such a shocker for me. Like if I thought everybody was waiting for me, and I think another thing that shocked me the most is like realizing that I was on my own now. I knew that after school you are on your own, because me personally I've always been on my own every step of the journey. Although my parents have been supportive and stuff, but that doesn't mean that they are there emotionally. So I've always been on my own. But realizing the type of alone that you are after school, that was such a shocker. And another reality, I thought when I was, I literally thought that everybody would recognize that I'm educated. I dedicated myself 4 years to get an education. Out here, you're just a regular person. They really do not care who you are. They would care less about who you are. So that was also another shocker. Like nobody cares who you are. MK says, furthermore, I was shocked how they are misusing the graduates. God, okay, let me tell you. There's I have known so many places. Or there's like supermarkets here. Okay, you can go there with your degree, but they are not gonna hire you for the courses that you're supposed to be babysitted somewhere in an office waiting. No, they are never gonna hire you for those positions. It's always uh the annoying stuff. Like, yeah, I think nobody prepared me for that reality. Like, you're gonna be misused out here. And if you're desperate, you don't have let me tell you, when you're desperate, you literally don't have a say. When you're desperate for something, and I think may we try as much as possible never to be desperate for anything, because people are gonna take you for granted when you're gonna be desperate. I think most of the time, especially even right now in this society, that's why it's so hard. When you go to look for a job and you go there, they can see the desperateness in your eyes, or like the urge to get the job. You're gonna get the job, but now they can offer the least amount of money that they can pay you. Okay. And I think that applies to most things. When people realize that you're desperate, they misuse you, they take you for granted, and that's just human nature, and that's okay. Jimmy Onim says hi Jimmy, good to see you, welcome to the live. How are you doing? Dema says, this wasn't so much as a shock, but more of a pleasure, watching the reactions to life from the popular people when they realized they were just like the rest of us. Okay, God. Okay, first of all, personally, I think that was one of the things that happened to me. Like, I just thought that everybody would worship the ground that I walk on. Now I'm educated. I was given the ability to read and write. But then realizing nobody cares. Wow. Wow, wow. So, and then another thing that I wasn't ready for is the relationships that I had to let go. Most of the people that I knew in campus, we went in different directions, okay? Uh, Maybe I'm still in contact with like 3 or 4 people, but that's the extent. We were just there, a lot of us, we had friends, and the fact that we had to let that go, nobody prepares you of like life after campus. You're gonna you lose almost everybody that you knew. You're so lucky if you ever bump into any one of them, or like somebody ever sent you a message. You're so lucky, because that never happened. So nobody prepared me. Like after campus, everybody that I knew would go ghost. Like I would never see them again. Tommy Jostrom 9675 says, good evening from very beautiful Sweden. Oh my god, Sweden is my dream. Okay, I said Canada is my dream country, but let me tell you, I know Sweden is a good place. I admire Sweden so much, but I think it's unaffordable. Felix Kemboy says, all shall be well. Okay. Oh, welcome. Oh, he says welcome out here, like, which means welcome to life after school. It's only God. All shall be well. Okay. Share your, how was life after school for you? What was your wildest realization? MKM says, you're very nice and intelligent. I have to go. Cheers, people. Thank you, MKM. Young Lisa says, I enjoyed like having your insights on the channel. Young Lisa says, hello, Young Lisa. I love you so much, baby, from Kampala, Uganda. Okay, Kampala's in the building. How was life after school for you? Okay, what was the most shocking? What shocked you the most after graduating? Like something that you didn't. Me personally, like losing friends, it was a huge one. In campus, God, let me tell you, you would go through anything, you would go literally through anything, and you have people there, especially if you had roommates. Everything that you went through, your friends went through it. People went through even losing their parents, people went through breakups, but you all just laugh about it, and your roommate is there telling you, don't overthink that, that's nothing, even making you feel better about it. Right now, you will be lucky if they take your phone, or like when you call them, you know. I miss that life of like having roommates in campus, or people who you have the same interest, the groups that they were, stuff like that. And maybe I say that because maybe this is just like nonsense for people who finished school long ago, but for some of us who just finished school, okay, not just finished school, literally I'm 2 years out here, it's like, wow, you just miss being around people of your age, or like people who you relate, people who you have common interest with. You know what I'm saying. So I think another question that I wanted to ask is like, do you regret your course? Do you regret the profession that you pursued? I think for me, not like regret, but I kind of wish that I had made a different decision. But I think if I made a different decision, I wouldn't be the person that I am, because the person that I am, the person that I am have been made by the decisions that I've made continuously from a very young age. So as far, I wouldn't say that I regret, but sometimes I'm like, I think curious is the word. Like, what would I have been if I made a different decision, or like I pursued a different thing? And I know that I can still do it right now, because life doesn't stop after graduation. You can still go back to school. You can pretty much pursue anything that you want. But that chance, the first chance, it's usually a great chance to make a good decision. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't make great decisions with that, okay? Guys, if you're just joining in, my name is Omboy. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you went to school. Oh, yeah, thank you for the typing. Okay, guys, like the live. Okay, let me know what's your regret. Do you have regrets on the not per se. Do you have regrets when it comes to the career that you ended up pursuing? Do you have regrets when it comes to the career that you did end up pursuing? So me, according to me, I can only say I not regrets, but maybe I'm curious. I'm curious if I did this, what would have happened? I'm curious, like if I pursued this, what would have happened? Would I have been safer with this other career? But all I know is like, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So I didn't pursue that. So what can I do right now? So I think that's the huge question, or like the question that we all should ask ourselves, like, what do you do now in this moment? um so life after campus is not a straight line, and then I think at the same time we don't realize that we are not late, we are just on time. It's just the fact that we are now out here, you are around, in campus or like in school, even high school, you are around people who you are the same age, people who uh they're not doing better than you, they are doing same with you, or even if they're doing better, it's not about them, it's maybe about their parents or something. But then when you're out here and now you're comparing yourself to real people who've been out here for 10, 20 years, it can be absolutely nuts, but at the same time it's like, ooh, what now? Okay. um yeah, I think I'm gonna end it right there. But I'm gonna end it by saying, like, we are not late, we are just starting, and starting is messy, starting is uncomfortable, starting is starting is uncomfortable, starting is awakening, starting is learning yourself all over again. Starting is a new beginning. So you don't know nothing about this new beginning, you don't know nothing about what you're doing right now, literally don't know nothing. So why are we so quick to judge ourselves? Why are we so quick to say that, like, I'm failing? I need to keep telling myself that I'm not failing, like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at this time. um Guys, like the live. When you join in, like the live and subscribe. My name is Wamboy. Good to see you all. Then says, I don't have any regrets, but I wish I had gone the way I wanted. It had gone the way I wanted. I wanted to get into marketing, but I was able to fill a niche in computer science, network administration. Okay, wow, that's good. That's good. I think sometimes, for example, if you wanted to pursue marketing, okay, you can take your computer science network administration course, and if you have the right finances, and make it into a farm, and now you can be doing the marketing in the farm. So I think at the end of the day, we do have what we need. It's just like we cannot see it. Efanta says, hi Wambo. Hey to you, Efantas. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming back. Welcome to the live, guys. Like the love. So I think for you, Diamonds, you wanted to do marketing, okay? And you ended up doing computer science. So we do have the opportunities. It's only that we don't open. But I know also finances, like opening your own marketing firm, uh, or opening your own like business that do network administration, so that you can be a marketer. It seems it's like a hard thing to pursue, but you can always pursue what you want. Okay. So you guys, I think we're gonna end right there. Thank you so much. And for the people who are live tomorrow, because I know there are people who are gonna rewatch, or people who were live yesterday, I literally apologize for what went down. Yeah, sometimes life is life, and that's it. Okay, and that's it. Can we get some likes in here before we leave? Okay. Like the live, share the love, sub the queen. Okay. So I think at the end of the day, we've spoken about life after campus, but talking won't help anything. So at the end of the day, it's like we need to get our hands dirty, we need to get ourselves out there. So you guys, one way that you can help me to become is like by sharing my videos with people. Watch my videos, subscribe. That really helps me out. Okay, so you guys, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, God willing, I'm gonna come back to like 2 hours but still right now I think I also literally need to rest. So you guys have a good night and have a good day, have a good evening, enjoy yourself. Remember to work hard on yourself, because at the end of the day you only have yourself. Okay, bye bye.